Yeah.
In this environment, we're dealing with a lot of non-competes, non-disclosures. What would you tell a candidate that's about to sign a non-compete?
Educate yourself, because here's the thing. This is a very hot topic, right? I mean, I just got interviewed this week about just this. And I remember back in January, I had posted something that happened in Chicago called the Freedom to Work Act, where no longer, I think it was 75,000 or less, if somebody's making, you can enforce it. Here's the problem when it comes to non-competes. People don't know what they sign. And so you go through, as a young person, mostly an interview process. You show up on day one. None of this has popped up. Hey, here's your new hire paperwork. Here's your W-9. Here's your direct deposit form. And here's the document where we're going to screw you if you leave us for 2 years. Go ahead and sign, buddy. Right? Oh, and if you don't, you can't work here. So by that point, you've already gone through the process. You already told mom and dad and your spouse, relationship, whatever, hey, I got this great job. I'm so excited. What are you going to do? Bounce? Here's the other problem with the non-competes. I would say 90% of the people that we communicate with don't have a copy. They don't have a copy. They've never gotten it. They've never saved it. Here's the real issue. Let's just say that you want to leave a big box company and go somewhere else. And the new company is like, hey, we just want to know what we're signing up for. We just want to know what you have hanging over your shoulder is what it is. If you are to go talk to HR, hey, I know I signed some document back in 2017. Can I get a copy of that? They're not just going to be like, Paul, no problem. Here you go, my man. You're going to have it in 3 minutes to your email, right? Thanks for everything you do. No way. They're going to call the manager. They're going to ask you questions. Why do you need that? Where are you going to go? And it creates so many red flags that puts people in a tough spot.
Sure.
And so that in itself is a whole different situation. Non-solicits, totally get, totally respect. I agree with. Whatever you dealt with wearing this jersey, you can't just uproot and walk out the door. When it comes to non-competes, though, it should be role specific. What I mean by that is if you're creating on the engineering side a proprietary TMS API type system, you can't just walk out the door to a competitor and take that knowledge and go. That I get. Yeah. Slang and freight, and there's no secret sauce there. It's relationships.
Sure.
I mean, imagine if sports had non-competes.
Yeah. Brent, have you heard of any like horror stories when it comes to like court cases, stuff like that?
Of course, man. I mean, I won't mention names, but there's some companies with 3 initials that, really tend to go after people quite aggressive. And here's the thing also about non-competes that get it tricky: inconsistency. There's some companies that are like, look, I don't care if you've been here a month or 10 years. The process is the process. We're coming at you. You're going to get the letters right from our court. We're going to not make sure that you can go down this path. Some companies involve emotion. What I mean by that is, how much do they like the person that's leaving? Because they may treat that person different. And the worst case scenario is when they want to make an example out of you. Then you're really screwed, right? Because it's like, you know what? We're going to make an example out of that person that no one else is going to do this. That's a tough battle.
Sure.
But the problem is, if you treat one person different than the other, how enforceable is that really? That goes on a lot out there as well. Tricky.
What if like an employee wants to leave and open his own company? How does that work? Does that still
look, qualify? I mean, as somebody that did this, I think that companies care more about when you take people sometimes than when you do accounts. Okay. You got to do things the right way. This is a $1 trillion industry. There's no saturation here. This is not Coke and Pepsi. There's so much freight, so much opportunity for people. If somebody was to branch off and do their own thing, do it the right way.
Yeah.
Have ethics. Don't burn bridges. Karma is very real in this industry. You and I talked about this. This is the biggest small industry there is. You start burning people, that's going to follow you wherever you go.
Yeah.
I respect people that have the ability to take that leap. Don't do it the wrong way.